Hi everyone, it's Jeff here from Avada. In this Avada masterclass, I will take a look at building an online store with Avada and WooCommerce. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell icon to be notified of all new content. Okay, let's begin. Online stores are complex to make and difficult to configure, right? Well, actually not so much. With Avada and WooCommerce, you can get an online store up and running in no time at all. There are three main scenarios for adding an online store to a website. Adding one when building a new site, adding one as part of importing a pre-built, and adding one to an existing website. If you are creating a new site from scratch, it's a smart idea to use the Avada setup wizard, which has options to add a complete online store to the site, replete with dummy products and the full set of pages and layouts required. Then all you have to do is to create your products and configure your settings. On the other hand, if you import an Avada pre-built that's already using WooCommerce, the site will come with the shop all set up for you, ready for you to personalize and configure. In this video though, we will look at the third scenario, that of adding an online store to an existing website. This is also quick and easy with Avada. I have imported the Avada gym pre-built here, and I'm going to imagine it's my site and I want to add an online shop to it. Let's start by adding the WooCommerce plugin. This is the leading e-commerce plugin for WordPress, and Avada has full design integration with it, making it the obvious choice for your online store. If you head to Avada plugins, you can install it with a single click. When you first install WooCommerce, you come to a setup wizard that you can follow to configure the plugin. You don't have to use it, as you can configure everything yourself manually, but it can be a great time saver. You can also skip the guided setup and just input the basics, like what country you are operating in. This helps set up payments, shippings and taxes. I'm just going to select Queensland, Australia. And then click Go to My Store. This turns on the lights, as they say. And after a while, it takes us to the WooCommerce homepage with a list of steps to complete the WooCommerce configuration. For this video, as we don't have a real shop, we're going to skip this and focus on the Avada side of things. If you do use this, just make sure to skip the Customize Your Store section, as Avada doesn't use the customizer and you don't want to choose a new theme. Okay, for more information on the WooCommerce setup wizard, check out the link documentation. Alright, so now we have WooCommerce installed, let's do a quick stock take of what we need for a functional online store. To start with, we need to create our products, and we'll also need a few layouts for the product pages and the archives. We already have a shop page to display the collected products, as well as a cart and checkout page, but we will need to design a postcard to display the products, and we will need to customize the pages as well to get them to look exactly how we want. Optionally, we can add a thank you page layout as well, which users come to after they have purchased something. We will need some shop-related links in our menu, and of course you will also have to configure WooCommerce with your payment gateways, shipping and tax, etc. But that's about it. But before I create my products, my first step is going to be to look at what pages WooCommerce has created when I installed it. So if I go to Pages, we can see it has created and published a cart, checkout, my account and a shop page, as well as a draft refund and returns policy page. I'm not going to publish that one, but for a real shop it would be wise. The designated shop page displays the WooCommerce shop loop, and the cart, checkout and account pages all have the default Woo shortcodes in them, so WooCommerce is functional off the bat. But we will edit these and add the corresponding Avada Woo elements. The benefit of this approach is enormous flexibility in that your pages can be designed exactly as you want them, with any layout and content. So to start our journey, we need some products. Let's add our first product at Products, Add New Product. You can have all sorts of products in WooCommerce, including simple, grouped and variable products, as well as virtual and downloadable products. This shop will just have simple products. I'll give my product a name and a product description, and I'll set a price. I'll also add a short description below this. Okay, in the right hand column I'll add a product image, and I've already uploaded my product images to the media library here, and here I want this image. Square images are ideal for WooCommerce products. I will create a category for this product as well. That will be supplements. And I will also add a few tags. Okay, that's the basic requirements for a product. We will see where all this content shows up on the product page a little later. And obviously you can do lots more with products, like setting variations and linking products as upsells and cross-sells, etc. But for now this is okay. There is plenty of information on the WooCommerce website about creating products, and our How to Use WooCommerce Attribute Swatches video also goes into much more detail on different types of products. So let's just publish this. Now to save some time, I'll just go and create the rest of my products and come back. Okay, so here we have our shop's products. Now we need somewhere to collectively display them, and this will obviously be on the shop page. The best method here is to use an Avada postcard in the postcards element to display the products in a grid or other layout. So before I edit the shop page, I will need to create a postcard. You create a postcard in the Avada library, so let's go there. I'll select postcard as the element type I want to create, and I will call it Woo Products, and then click on Create Library Element. This opens to the live builder in my case, based on the options I have set in the builder options, and I'm faced with an empty page. But if I go to the library and click on Studio and then filter to Product, we can see there are 10 product postcards I can import. This is easier than building them yourself from scratch, and you can always customize them to fine-tune them to your liking. So here I will select this postcard called Clothing Product Postcard 4161. And in the import options, I will select Local Colors and Typography, use placeholders so the image isn't imported, and I will set the colors to invert as I have a dark site. Okay, let's import that. Okay, on this site, the postcard, like all content, is coming up under the transparent header. And so while I'm building this site, I might go to the builder preferences and set the enable transparent header and absolute containers to off at this point, so I can better see this postcard. Yeah, that's better. This is just a builder preference and doesn't affect the front end. Okay, so now to get a preview for a real product, I can go to the page options and preview, and choose a product and a preview width and click preview. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'll just make a couple of adjustments and come back. Alright, so I'm happy with that now, so let's save it. For more information on postcards, watch the How to Use Postcards in Avada video linked below, or check out the Avada Postcards playlist for a full range of videos on that topic. Okay, so now it's time to create the shop. As I said, the shop page that WooCommerce added is already functional, but with Avada we can do a lot more. Now on this specific pre-built, there's a little thing I have to adjust first. I'll just come back and open Layouts. Here there is an Archives layout, and it has the condition of all archive pages. Now a shop page is a type of archive page, so here I just have to come into my layout conditions and just exclude the shop page. Okay, so now it's time to edit the shop page. Alright, so here we have both a starter page and it's also displaying the products under that, but that's coming from the WooCommerce shop loop. So I will head to the page options and the content tab and set the show WooCommerce shop loop to no. While I'm here, I'll also set the top and bottom content padding to 0 pixels, and I'll also go to the settings tab and set the template to be 100% width. Alright, time to build out the shop page. All the other pages on this site are using a hero container at the top with an image and a title, as we can see here on the About Us page. So I'm going to duplicate that on all the shop pages as well. I'll just click on Add Container and head to the Library Containers, where I have already saved my shop hero container. And there it is. Nice. Remember, on the front end this will come up under the header. So now I'll add another container for my products. Okay, I will just quickly add some top and bottom padding to this container, and now I will add the postcards element to display the products. I will choose the Woo Products postcard and set the post type to products. And further down I will set show filters to yes, and we get category filters at the top of the products. Make sure to check out the postcard documentation to see all this amazing element can do. On the design tab, I think I will keep the layout to a grid. I will set the postcard alignment to stretch, and I will set the number of columns to 3. Okay, that looks really good. To explore all the other possible layouts with postcards, check out the postcard layouts in Avada video linked below. And that's our shop page done. Let's save that. It's pretty simple, and there are more advanced methods of adding product filtering, etc. But for a simple shop this is fine. For more information on building shop pages, see the How to Build a WooCommerce Shop Page in Avada video, also linked below. Okay, so now we need a layout for the single products. Again, there is a template already built into WooCommerce and this works out of the box, but I want more flexibility with my design, so I'm going to use a layout. So I'll head to Avada Layouts and create a layout called Single Product. On the conditions, I'll go to Products and select All Products. Okay, in the layout, I'll create a page title bar section called Product Page Title Bar. But of course, on your specific site, you might not want or need to have a page title bar. Because of my transparent header, I do. While I'm here, I'll also create a content layout section called Product Content. Okay, I'll quickly edit my page title bar layout section. I'll just add a container and go to the library and add my pre-built page title bar in here. I'll just save that and go back to Avada Layouts. So now it's time for the content layout section. I'll just edit that. Now I could build the content layout section entirely from scratch, but again, there are several templates in Avada Studio I can use as well. I'll just click on Avada Studio and I will filter to single product. It's generally quicker to choose one of these pre-built layout sections and make any required customizations rather than building it from scratch, but the choice is of course yours. I think I like the look of Product Content 2596 here. I'll just make sure the colors and typography are on local, the images are set to placeholders, and the colors are inverted. Okay, now we can import that. Okay, so now I'll just customize this as I prefer. Back in a sec. So I've only changed a few font sizes and colors here, and that looks good to me. Even though I imported a pre-built content layout section, you can change it fully at will, and there are many Woo layout elements to choose from, as well as many of the design elements you can use with dynamic content. So how you design your product page is completely up to your own imagination. If we want to see what this template will look like with our specific products, we can just go to the Layout section Options and the Layout section tab and choose Product and even a specific product if we want, and then click Preview. Okay, that looks great. And that's our product template. Let's save that and move to the cart page. Now if we look at the cart page, we can see the WooCommerce shortcodes and other content here, which makes it a functional cart page already. But again, with Avada we can do a lot better. So in Avada Live, I'll clear the layout here. To start, I'll add my hero section from the library. And I'll just adjust my page options as I did for the shop page. Okay, now for the cart content. Just like the shop page, we are editing the cart page directly as we don't need a template for various products, just dynamic elements. I could of course build the cart page from the various WooCart elements available, but to save time, I'm going to go to the library again and the Studio tab and filter to cart. There's only one here, but that will work just fine. I'll preview this and set the import preferences to Insert Below Current Content, and otherwise it's good. So I'll import this. So now I'll just delete the parts I don't want, and again customize this more fully with my colors and images. Okay, so there's my completed cart page. To fully explore the possibilities when building a cart page, view the How to Create a Custom Cart with Avada and WooCommerce video, linked below. Let's move to the checkout page. And here I'll do exactly the same thing as I did with the cart page. I'll clear the layout and adjust my page options. Then I will add my hero section from the library. And now I'll go to the library and the Studio tab and import a pre-built checkout. I think I'll go with this bottom one. The import settings are already as I want them, so let's import that. Again, I'll just clear this top container, and now I will customize the page a bit to match the cart page. Okay, that looks good. And again, to fully explore the possibilities when building a checkout page, view the How to Create a Custom Checkout with Avada and WooCommerce video, linked below. Okay, at this point, it might be a good time to take a look at the Avada global options that are related to WooCommerce. To find these, let's go to the global options and scroll down to WooCommerce. Here you can see there is a General WooCommerce tab and a WooCommerce Styling tab. On the General tab, I will scroll down to the bottom and turn the WooCommerce Load Cart Fragments script and the WooCommerce Single Product Ajax Add to Cart options both to on. As the descriptions explain, you turn the first one on to load the cart fragment script on all WooCommerce pages. This will enable Ajax-driven updates of the cart and mini cart. And the second one enables single product Ajax add to cart. Below that, I can customize the messages that show at the top of the account page. On the styling tab, the two places I could look at are the sales badge styling and the out of stock badge styling areas, but I think I will just leave these as they are. Another layout I need is an archive layout. Archives are the automatically generated pages created when someone chooses a category or a tag, etc. If I create a layout called Product Archive, and in the conditions under Archives, I'll select Product Archive Types, and all product categories and all product tags. I'll also exclude the shop page here as well. I'll just add a Product Archive page title bar layout section and a Product Archive content layout section. And now I just have to edit them and add the content, which is going to be very simple. Like this, with a page title bar and the postcards archive element displaying the archives in a grid. For more information on archive layouts, check out the How to Build a Custom Avada Archive Layout video linked below. Okay, nearly done. Now this is an optional step, but I also like to create a thank you page for when the order is made. For more details on this feature, see the How to Create a WooCommerce Thank You Page video linked below, but I will run through it quickly. I'll just head to Avada Layouts and create a layout called Thank You. Then I'll go to the Conditions and the Other tab and select the WooCommerce Thank You page. Now I'll add a page title bar layout section and a content layout section called Thank You Content. So here I could build it all from scratch, but for this example I'm just going to customize one of my existing page title bars, like this. And for the content area, I'm going to go to Avada Studio and import and customize one of the Thank You page examples there. And that gives us something like this. Okay, we will see that again at the very end of the video. Okay, we have a complete shop. So now let's add some links in the menu so people can find it. For the shop link in the main menu, it's simply a matter of adding that page into the menu. So I'll just go to Appearance, Menus, and in the main menu, I'll add the shop page and place it up above the membership menu item, and just save that. I've also made a new menu called Woo, and here I have added the cart and account pages via the Avada special menu items and added that into my header as well. So it looks something like this. We can see our shop link and the Woo cart and account icons. I've got them on the right for desktop, and for medium and small screens they change position. I'm not going to go into details here as all headers will be different, but see the documentation on the Avada special menu items and the Avada headers playlist for more information on how you can incorporate WooCommerce links into your Avada headers, both linked below. Okay, now we have navigation, we're pretty much done. Let's just walk through the shopping process and see what we have. I'll just head to the shop from the main menu. And here's our shop page. We have a nice hero banner, and above the products we can filter to the various categories. As I mentioned earlier, there's a lot more we could do to the shop, like adding a mini cart or adding more product filters, etc. See the How to Use the Avada WooCommerce Mini Cart Element video and the How to Use the Avada WooCommerce Filter Elements video for more information on those features. If I click on the category link here in a product, we are taken to a category archives page, which is of course using the simple product archive layout we created earlier. That looks fine. I'll just come back to the shop. Now we can add products to the cart directly from the shop page like this, thanks to our postcard here, but we can of course also go into the individual products for more information. So let's do that. Here we can see our single product layout in use, and we can see all the information we entered into the products at the start. I'll just add this one to the cart as well. And so now let's move to the cart. Here we can see the items in the cart, and if we came to the cart when it was empty, it would look like this. If we update the quantities of the selected items, we get updated pricing immediately. There's also a spot for adding a coupon code here, which you set up at WooCommerce Coupons from the WordPress sidebar. I've made one for 20% off, so let's add that in here. Okay, it tells me that it was applied successfully, and we can see it in the cart totals. So now let's proceed to the checkout. Okay, on the left, my details are already entered as they are in my user profile. On the right, we can review the order, and at the bottom of this are the payment options. Now obviously what you see here will depend on what payment options you have enabled in the WooCommerce settings. I enabled cash on delivery so I can go through with the payment, but obviously in reality you'd have card options here. Okay, once I click place order to finalize my order, we are taken to the thank you page, which has all the details of our order and is a nice touch. Okay, that's my online store with Avada and WooCommerce. I can't wait for the orders to roll in. Now, apart from the Avada side of things here, what we haven't really covered is configuring the WooCommerce settings. This will be different for everyone, and as well, it's not really core Avada business. So check out the great WooCommerce documentation available to help you set up your payment, shipping, and other WooCommerce configuration options. But as you can see, it doesn't take very long at all to set up a functioning e-commerce store with Avada and WooCommerce. What are you waiting for? Okay, that's it for this video. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up with all the latest videos. And if you have any questions or need assistance, please create a support ticket and our team will gladly assist you. As always, we want to thank you for choosing Avada.